Hey everybody, welcome to Life Inside Hell. This is my YouTube channel. I'm Brother Wild Bill. I'm serving a 46-year sentence for quintuple homicide, that's 5 of them, in Central America's most dangerous prison. In this prison where I'm an inmate, I'm also the government-recognized prison chaplain. So this is my audio diary as well as motivational channel to you. The messages here aren't overly spiritual. They are spiritual, but they aren't overly spiritual. They're very motivational. And today it is a motivational message, and you might ask yourself at some time to time, why am I not successful? Why every time I try something, I end up failing? There's a couple of things to think about here. Let's go the psychological route before we go to willpower, okay? Psychologically, for a new habit to develop in your mind, for your autopilot to pick up on a new habit. What is autopilot? Well, 96% of the things that you do in life, you do on autopilot. When you walk up the steps, you automatically walk up the steps because you've been taught to do it. You know, you don't think about, I'm going to pick my foot up and I'm going to put it on this step, and I'm going to pick my second foot up and I'm going to put it on the other step. You don't do that. You just do it automatically. You don't have to think so that your heart beats. It just does it automatically. When you're driving, if you know how to drive a straight drive automobile with a clutch, when you're driving, you just change gears automatically. You don't think, I'm going to push in the clutch and I'm going to put it in second gear and I'm going to let the clutch out. You don't think that. You just do it. You know, it's like a boxer. A boxer doesn't think, I'm going to throw a punch at this guy and this is how I'm going to throw it. He just throws the same punch that he's practiced a million times because now it's recorded onto his subconscious mind. So, when you begin a bad behavior, overeating, let's just say it's that one. You begin overeating, your brain automatically just does it. You come home from work, you know that now it's dopamine time. I'm going to sit down with a bag of chips and a Coca-Cola and watch TV. You know, you do that for a long period of time and it becomes automatic. You don't even think about it, you just do it. You're doing it, you don't even want to do it. You're doing what you don't want to do. You don't even want to do it, but you do it anyway. So how do we break that cycle? All right, psychologically speaking, it's been proven clinically that it takes 21 days of doing something else to make a new habit, to make a new, to record onto your autopilot a new behavior. It takes 21 days. So I encourage you to write to get a piece of paper out today. This is for an example. Today I'm recording this on the 2nd of May, 2023. I would get out a piece of paper. I've actually done this in my own life many times and write 2, 3, 4, 5, the days out until there's 21 of those days. Draw a circle around each one. As you count the days off, you put an X on each one. Today I did good, X. Tomorrow I did good again, X. And then when you get to the end of 21 days, you don't have to do it anymore because now it's burned onto your hard drive, onto your mind as a new behavior. Okay, what do we do when we have a behavior that we shouldn't be doing? We're watching pornography and masturbating. We're overeating. We're fighting with the wife or with the husband. These are automatic things we do every day automatically that we shouldn't be doing. How do we stop? Well, you can't just stop doing anything. You can't. It's just not going to work. You say, well, I'm not going to eat. No, you need to replace that with a new activity. You have to replace. You can't just stop cold turkey nothing. You got to replace it. My grandfather, I remember this, was in 1988. I was about 9 years old. My grandfather had a massive heart attack and a quadruple bypass, and the doctor told him, if you keep smoking, you're going to die. You smoke one more cigarette, you could die. Stop now while you got the chance. And so he stopped, and he never smoked another cigarette ever again. How did he do it? He bought a pack of butterscotch candies, and he would, every time he wanted a cigarette, he would have a butterscotch candy. And he would even take a break. He would even take a cigarette break and go and suck on a butterscotch candy. So he replaced cigarettes with butterscotch hard candies. What happened with that? He was smart enough to know he needed something to replace that oral fixation, so he did that, and I think he just came up with it on his own in 1988. I don't think there were any studies or anybody, things weren't quite as advanced as they are today on psychological, things, and so I think he made it up himself. But I remember him doing it, he even explaining it to me when I was a kid, why, and Within a year, he said the smell of cigarette smoke is I detest it. I wouldn't even think about smoking a cigarette. It seems horrific now to me. And so it took him a year to get over it. But what I'm trying to say by using this example is you can't just, Bob, my grandfather, couldn't just stop smoking. He couldn't do it. He had to replace the cigarettes with something else. So let's say you're overeating. You have a cycle. This is an example. You get home from work, you crack open the potato chips and the Coca-Cola or a box of pizza and sit in front of the TV and watch a movie. Well, why don't you replace that with walking down to the gym and riding the exercise bicycle for 30 minutes, or taking a walk, or doing any other activity, surfing the internet even, for instance, doing something else that is replacing that normal activity. You say, but this, and this is the bullshit that we tell ourselves. This is my only pleasure. This is my only release. Oh, shut up. That's not true. Anything can be a release. Anything can be a de-stressor. So, what do? We replace the behavior. Another thing, why am I not successful in my life? You say, why am I not successful in my job? Why am I not successful in my marriage? Why am I not successful? One of the reasons, there's two reasons I want to talk about, and then we'll be finished for today. The first reason is because we're not honest with ourselves. We don't give honest self-analysis ever. Very rarely are people even capable of giving honest self-analysis. The other night I had a fight with somebody that I love very much. I had an argument. And I sat down and I was, I put away the phone and I just was angry. And I was angry because I felt violated. My ego was big, and I'm Bill, and they should pay attention to me. And then I stopped and I said, I don't know about all this. I don't know about what my ego is telling me. So I went back to the phone, listened to the messages again, and the other person didn't say anything really that bad. And I took what they said kind of out of context as well. I really did. It was my fault. I mean, it wasn't my fault. I still had some right, but I really blew it way out of proportion. And so I apologized and said, hey, I listened to the messages again, and, it really wasn't that big a deal. I made a bigger deal out of it than I should have. And so that was an honest auto-analysis. We don't do that, do we? We make excuses for ourselves. I'm angry. They made me angry. Nobody can make you angry. You have to agree. It's normal that you feel anger. And lots of people say things like, well, I just have a bad temper. I have a worse temper than everybody else. You're weak. It's not that you have a bad temper. It's that you're allowing anger to drive you. Stop being a weak dumbass. Stop that. You don't have to do that. You can decide not to allow anger to push you around. It's a decision. Every time you lose your temper and scream obscenities and throw things, that's a decision. You made the decision to allow anger to push you that way. When you stop, you say, I'm not going to act like that anymore. I'm going to think about the way I feel, and I'm going to deal with my anger head on. Then you don't have to do that anymore. The second reason that people fail a lot, well, the first reason was auto-analysis. We don't auto-analyze. We're not honest in our auto-analysis. We look for excuses. We look for other people to blame. We need to take responsibility for our own actions. Second reason people are not successful is because they have no focus. They don't know what they want. If you're just drifting through life like a leaf in the breeze, how are you ever going to get where you want to go? If you're out on the ocean, you're out on the Caribbean Sea, my favorite place in the world, and I'm out on Vikingo 2, and I'm floating on Vikingo 2, my yacht, and I just drop the engines in forward position and just pick a number at random on the compass. I'm never going to get where I want to go because, for one, I don't even know where I want to go, and second of all, I'm just driving around. That's the way most people live their lives. Just whatever comes at me today, that's what I'm going to deal with. That's not a positive way to deal with your life. What you should do is get out a piece of notebook paper, and write down in, like, say, 2 or 3 paragraphs what it is you want out of life. What do you want out of life? Well, I'd like to have a family. I'd like to have a good job. I'd like to have a secure retirement. What are you doing to make that occur? Selling firecrackers at the flea market? That's probably not going to get you where you want to go, man. I'd like to be 30 pounds lighter, as you sit on the couch watching television, eating potato chips and a Coca-Cola. That's probably not going to get it done, bud. So we need to write down the goals. These are the goals that I want to achieve in my life. And you need to read that at least 2 or 3 times a week and remind yourself, what am I doing here? I myself, I want to be a motivational speaker, and I want to open a store called the God Shop. The God Shop will be a store, or not even a store. It's a therapy center where you can come and get motivated. A motivational therapy center. The God Shop. You come and get your injection of God in the God Shop. You know, so come and get and talk to Bill and get your shit straightened out. That's what happens at the God Shop. And so I'd like to open that, and again, I'd like to float around in the Caribbean Sea. I'm going to do that too, and a lot of other things I'd like to do in my life. And so I'm focused on making those goals happen. One, I got to get out of prison to make that happen. I'm working as hard as I can on getting out of prison right now. And so I encourage you to get out your piece of notebook paper, write it down. Auto analysis, we got to auto analyze. Second of all, we need to make sure that we keep tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, man. Tunnel vision, baby girl, on what our goal is. You can change the plan, but you never change the goal. I want out of prison. I want to float on the Caribbean Sea. I want to help other people. I want to be a motivational speaker. These goals don't ever change. Never. So if you like this message, like and subscribe. Also, maybe you could find a friend that you think that needs. I ain't saying don't go share my shit on Facebook. You don't have to do that. That's not even helpful if you want the truth. Don't do it. But if you got Billy Bob or Janie Jane that needs to hear this message, say, hey, listen to Bill. He's got some interesting ideas. You pull the description box down. You can contact me through Instagram or Facebook. Both those links are there. If you want to know more about me, you can read my Wikipedia page. That link is in the description box as well. And if you really want to know more about me, go buy my book, Long Live the King, Wild Bill. I'm the King of Hell. It's me, Wild Bill. Thanks for listening.